I'm just realizing how thirsty I am. Like, have you ever been thirsty? I could remember this happened to me one time in the past. I was so thirsty coming from the gym and I bought water from the shop. As I was driving away and I opened the water and just took a sip and it went just to realize it was sparkling water. I hate sparkling water. Do you like sparkling? I don't know. Why do you drink that thing? I don't understand, really. Okay, what's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. I'm just looking through the streets. It's a beautiful place. I want to show you the image. I'm actually traveling right now. That's the reason why the setup is crazy, as you can see. But I know we family, so we understand each other. Thank you very much for stopping by. It's a pleasure. Very much appreciated. We have news. I mean, we have to share these things. Okay, I see you from all over the place. South Africa, Zimbabwe, Uganda, Kenya, Nigeria, Tanzania. One love. Okay, so in Kenya, a Chinese restaurant owner has been arrested after people got very, very upset with him. Apparently, the Chinese restaurant owner, guess what he did? He does not allow Kenyans to get into his restaurants. So he comes to Kenya to open up a business exclusively for Chinese people. Fellas, this is insane. Why does this keep happening? That's my question. I think if it happens one time, you can understand. You go, maybe, it was a mistake. Twice, maybe coincidence. But 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, the same people coming into the same space, creating the same environment, have a business and refuse you entrance. That's crazy. I mean, this is insane. So the owner was arrested because people were very upset. But unfortunately, something else happened. The owner of a Chinese restaurant in Nairobi, Kenya, has been arrested following an uproar over the policy of banning African customers at night.
Some of the times when I am serving a client on their table and the order is clear that Africans are not allowed to be in the restaurant past 5.
So African customers could come during the day, but not at night. Okay? So Zack, that's his name, Zhuao Yang. Sorry about that. Just kidding. Yang was arrested for operating a restaurant without a valid license. You see?
The owner was on Monday accused of operating a restaurant without a license and was bonded for 50,000 shillings.
No valid license, but he brings crap in your country and want to tell you who can come in the restaurant or not. This is insane. No valid license. And the press ran into the story, alleging that Kenyan reporters were turned away. So the press heard about the story of a Chinese national. So the member of the press in Kenya went to this restaurant run by a Chinese national to go and test and see if the news is actually real. They were turned away by the guard to be told that no, you cannot come inside. You can only come inside if you are accompanied by Chinese national, European, or Indian. And they said the reason why they say that is because Kenyans stole something from that restaurant in the past. Man, this is insane. I'm going crazy about this. So only locals accompanied by Chinese, Europeans, and Indian patrons are allowed or admitted in this restaurant.
If she's an African and she's accompanied by a European or a Chinese, she can come in.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. So let's get back to track. A Chinese national leaves China, comes to Kenya, looking for a better life. We need to put it the way it is, because China in many places is very poor. Yes, there are many poor people in China, or else they will stay in China. Okay, they come to Africa looking for better life. Come to Africa, look at the gaps where many people are not maximizing. They create a restaurant. Then they allow you to come during the day because they don't want to look like discriminating against you. But at night, you cannot come inside. Why? Because according to them, in the past, Kenyans stole some stuff. So it was a break-in by Kenyans, or Kenyan patron went to eat. And according to them, when things got stolen, it's the Kenyan people that stole from the Chinese restaurant. Therefore, no Kenyan national can go into that restaurant. That is very, 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 very bad. And again, apparently these people are supported by politicians, because there are 2 politicians on the same day as they were monitoring them. 2 politicians of Kenya went to the restaurant with no issue. Okay, so the politicians can go in, no problem, but the normal Kenyan cannot go into the restaurant. And that is very, very sad. And again, this takes me to the very same thing we spoke about a few days ago. Why can Africans be united and support each other? Like, Imagine you going to China and open a restaurant and say, okay, no Chinese national is allowed here. Dude, you're going to go to jail. If you go to China and you have an issue with the Chinese person, a disagreement, and the police has to come, they are taking you away. And we've seen stories where Chinese nationals beat up on Africans and the Chinese police came. They took the African to the police station, not the Chinese national.
Hello, my name is Nolusendiso. I'm from South Africa. I'm currently based in Shanghai, China. And the guy who had punched me told the cops that he did not punch me, that I hit my eye on the cup. I asked them to release the CCTV footage of the building while I was running, and they said they don't have it. We went to the police station. At the police station, the vice principal who saw everything happen said that she didn't see anything.
The bottom line is this. Once the Chinese come to Africa, a Lebanese, a Pakistani, the first thing they do first, they go look for a general or a governor to whom they give money for support. That means at any time, me as a Chinese national in your country have any issue with anybody, I can call you on the phone and you're going to come and save me. Doesn't matter what I do. Is that even normal, comprehensible, or understandable? So the fact that I've bought you with the money I gave you, which we call present, anytime I call you, whether I have an issue or I open a restaurant and decide not to invite or allow your people in, I'm going to be just fine. Can you do such thing in China? You can't. If you do any funny thing in China, dude, you're gone. I'm telling you, even your government cannot help you. Why can Africans make themselves respected? Now, my question is this. Did Kenyan nationals steal something from that restaurant? Question mark. We were not there, we don't know. But whether it's true or not, does that allow a Chinese national to say, okay, because Kenyans stole from my boutique or my restaurant, from now on, no more Kenyan is allowed to come into my place? Can they say that? I don't know. You tell me how you feel about this. Now, this makes me sad because the very similar thing happened in South Africa just months ago. There was a young man that went to meet his friend in a restaurant. Once he got into the restaurant, they refused to let him in. The bouncers told him, you cannot come inside. If you want to come inside, you must have a white person that's with you. No white person with you, no black person allowed. Why? Because according to them, black people stole something from the restaurant. Now, my question is, do black people steal things from restaurants? Because they've accused them of the same thing in Kenya, accused them of the same thing in South Africa. Oh, it's absolutely crap. Now, even if black people were stealing things from whatever situation it is, does that give you the right to say no more black people can come inside? Are you telling me that nobody from any other race steals things? Like if a Chinese person does something negative here or whatever, are you going to blame all Chinese because of that? I don't think this is acceptable. And especially if this is not China, this is Africa. In your home, in your cities, you cannot allow this, fellas. I think countries should come with policies of refusing or sending to jail all politicians that are getting involved with foreign nationals for those purposes. Like every time somebody comes to Africa, every time a European, a Chinese, a Pakistani, okay, Europeans try very less because they don't quite understand. The Chinese, the Asians come to Africa. The first thing they'll do, they go find a general and they go find a big politician, give him money. Once they give you money, you're protected. And we cannot build the continent like this. I hope Kenyans stand. I hope Kenyans voice themselves. I hope Kenyans fight this. The same thing happened in Nigeria a while back. The restaurant where no Nigerian was allowed.
This Chinese establishment, a restaurant too, simply because we are black. In Nigeria. That's all I have to say.
And very, very sad to see that Nigerians trying to speak about this and some people in government came forward and trying to defend the Chinese person. That's very sad. This is unacceptable. God bless.